the stream. Currently driving, so it's a little bit difficult to multitask at the moment. But let's see. I'm trying to extend my cord, my charger. I don't know why I'm talking like an Aussie or Brit, English man, English gentleman. I don't know how they say it. Like an Aussie. I think it's the hat. It's because it's the hat. It's definitely the hat. But what's going on, everyone? It is technically still the morning here out in Arizona. We're almost in the afternoon hour, and I am currently headed to one of the gigs that I have shared with you guys for quite a few months now. It's a signing gig that I do for a dispensary. That's right, for a cannabis, weed, marijuana dispensary. It has been the most interesting experience I've ever had, and I've signed for sign spinning. If you don't know what that is, check out the previous video, the previous stream, and you'll see exactly what that is. Most of you just know, like, you see a human sign spinner, they're spinning the sign or holding a sign to get you to go into somewhere. It's to draw traffic into a business, and I found this gig originally off of Craigslist. I used to do sign spinning prior to COVID. I did it for about 9 months, and originally when I did it, it was nothing like how it is now. So you can see I got the costume for today. What I've been trying to do is on Fridays have some kind of different shirt or something that just makes people like smile or laugh, or, you know, like, oh hey, that's really cool, and it gets their attention. Oh shit. Oh fudge. Oh no. No. Wait, hold on a second, guys. Oh man. That was a state trooper. Shit. No, don't. Please don't. Okay, I think I'm good. Ah, that scared me. I didn't see him till like the last second. Damn it. Alright, we're good. I think we're good. Good, right? Good? Don't speed, children. Don't go faster than the speed limit. And I say that and I'm still going faster than the speed limit, but it's because I'm used to driving the HOV and just like cruising through the HOV. But no, so like the costumes like this, as I was saying, like, oh my god, sorry, my heart like stopped for a second there. Holy shit. Just don't want to get pulled over. Basically, like what I was saying is, before I was terrified by that state trooper, is that I did sign spinning for about 9 months, and when I did it originally, we were just kind of required to wear a blue collared t-shirt, or like a blue poloed shirt that the company provided, and then just like you could wear like cargo shorts, or like it had to be like khaki pants, right? Like stuff like that. And what's been really cool is, so since COVID, or like since before COVID when I did signing, actually since COVID I haven't done signing, and I found during kind of, so like 2019, 2020, 2021, I had searched a few times in those years kind of like for another signing gig, and I was like, oh, maybe I'm just not ever going to find one again, because I had originally found the first signing gig I ever did for that company. I found them on Craigslist as well, and it started out as a weekend gig, and it was, they just kind of, the ad was like, you can earn, I can't remember how much it was like $250 extra on the weekends, something like that. And so I was like, yeah, sure, what the heck, like, let me go for it. I've never done this before. It's just extra money. Their main thing was like, you just have to hold the sign in the sun. Like, out, guys. Oh, see, well, now it's not slow, but oh, we were kind of like bundled up there for a second. A little cluster. Anyways, so yeah, it was just started out as extra money. It was extra money on the weekends, and I loved it. And the main catch was they just wanted people who could stand out in the sun and direct traffic into. I did it for real estate, so like it wasn't for real estate. It was for a real estate company, but like we partnered through them. So I worked for a signing business that had their own warehouse, and they produced the signs themselves, and they contracted with all of these companies around the valley, around Arizona, and pretty much like their main business was through real estate and through housing, and like working with these different companies to be like, hey, we'll drive traffic into your new development, we'll drive traffic into, you know, if you're trying to get sales and generate sales in a new community, we'll get our sign spinners out there and we'll let them know, and we'll generate traffic in there, right? So it was amazing. It worked. I mean, we did it in so many different places, and usually what I kind of learned from them is we do about 3 months. We'd usually do about anywhere from 2 to 3 months out at a location, and then that was a pretty good amount of time where we're like, all right, now it's kind of getting old, we're not generating as much traffic, but we generated enough traffic for them to see an increase in their sales. And that's the biggest piece of sign spinning. It may look silly, it may look funny, it may seem stupid to some people, it works. You don't even have to spin the sign and it works. And that's actually where I started. I started out in Gold Canyon. That was my first city that I started sign spinning. Holding the sign. Like I didn't know how to spin, I just would hold the sign. I actually would lose my voice some weekends because I was just screaming. Like when I first started, it was for the Renaissance Festival was happening out in Gold Canyon, or near Gold Canyon. And if you're in Arizona, you know kind of those whereabouts. And there was so much traffic already at the Renaissance that we thought it was a good idea, like the company thought it was a good idea, that there's a housing development right there. Let's just drive them right in from the Renaissance. And it worked really well. And I didn't even spin. I didn't even really know how to spin the sign. I just would hold it. And I got cursed at a lot and yelled. People in their cars would yell and scream, like, spin the fucking sign. And like, I had no idea how to do that. So pretty much from that point, I kind of just slowly at each location started learning like one new thing. And it wasn't until I think my third location that I did. So I did Gold Canyon for a long time, and then I did for a few months, and then I think it was Florence after that. So I worked in Florence, which is the BFE. It's middle of nowhere, housing development for KB Homes, middle of freaking nowhere, and just dust storms, dirty, dusty, just like, it was, there's nothing, there's no shade, there's like, the only shade is your car, and that, and then I think it was the third one, Fountain Hills. It wasn't until I think I got into Fountain Hills was when I finally started kind of, I had this idea, and I was like, look, what if I just try to learn one new thing at these different locations that I go to? So like, one new thing for sign spinning at this location, meaning like we could be out there for weeks, we could be out there for months, and it wasn't, it wasn't like I was putting a lot of pressure on myself. It was just like, let me just try to learn one new thing with this sign, like one new trick or one new thing, or just something that I think is kind of intriguing or gets people's attention. One new thing every time that I go to a different site. And then gradually that kind of idea is what got me into learning how to actually spin, like learning how to, like, that's what kind of got me to be like, okay, I watched a bunch of YouTube videos of people sign spinning. I was like, holy shit, that's really cool how they do those tricks and all that. So I was like, all right, let me just try to spin it like clockwise or counterclockwise. Well, it started, I think, clockwise, and then I was like, all right, let me try counterclockwise, right? So like, once I got clockwise down, and it took like a few weeks, or or it was like a few weeks. Then I was like, all right, let me try counterclockwise and see if I can go back the other way. And then you kind of play around with that for a little bit, and then that started to get into the biggest one I remember. The biggest like change that I remember was I watched this one YouTube video, and I was like, oh, that I can do that now. Like I can spin clockwise and counterclockwise, and I would just do it so much that it just got boring after a while. And the biggest change was I saw this video where this kid was like, all right, we're gonna learn some new tricks today on how to sign spin. And the only thing I watched, he had this whole like 10-minute video. The only trick I watched was when he flipped it like, how do I explain it? It's like if I'm holding the sign, he flipped it this way, and then he'd flip it back. Like he just would like flip forward, flip backwards. He was doing that, and I was like, oh, how do you do that? And so that day, I just went out and that's all I did. I was just like, let me just do flips today. Let me do flips and just see if I can try to do a flip and just get one flip down. And one flip led to two, and two it just leads to 100 more. And you just like practice it over and over. And the flip was a big game changer for me because I remember it was like, oh, okay, now I can move it counterclockwise, like Mr. Miyagi, wipe on, wipe off, and then I can flip forward, and now I can flip backward. So now that I can move it in these kind of different 3D, 4D directions, right? Like I can kind of do it like that. It's kind of, is it kinesthetics is what they call it? I can't think of the word, but it's like when in sports, when it starts to click, like your mind and your body, like the kinesthetic of it, or the chemistry of it or something, starts to kind of click, and then that's when it kind of gets to be fun, is because it was fun to learn those, but I'm saying it got to be fun then because then I was like, oh, now I can play around with all of these different directions and do like just try different things from them. So that's where it started. And then I did no sign spinning after that for like what, 2 years, 3 years? Like almost 3 years. Oh no, I gotta get over it. That's great. I think I'm gonna miss my exit because I'm talking and driving and not paying attention. Good thing is I'm very early right now, so. Oh. Yes! Woo! Yes! That's how you do it! That's how you do it. I made it. I squeaked in there. Yes! Alright. Sorry, guys. There's like so many semis out here. But, yeah, that's how I started sign spinning. And that's where I learned for literally 9 months. Like that, it was like having a baby. It was like for 9 months, I just learned whatever I could. At every site that I went to, I was like, all right, let me just see what I can learn. And truthfully, a lot of the time at each site, it would start to get repetitive, where I'm like, oh, I've done these tricks so many times, you know, and like people have seen the same thing over. But for some reason, regardless of that, you start to kind of learn, you start to follow the day. So instead of, in the beginning, it was more of like following, oh, I want to just keep doing this trick over and over to like kind of perfect it. And then it starts to become, for some of the tricks, it starts to become, okay, I've done this so much, I know how to feel this out. So that's what it becomes more of, is you start to kind of sink into a flow where you're like, well, instead of just doing this trick over and over, why don't I just listen to the wind? Why don't I just listen to, if it's starting to, like, it's kind of cloudy out here right now, why don't I listen to the storm? Why don't I listen to the rain? Why don't I listen to the day? Why don't I listen to kind of how things are going? And then you start to flow like an airbender, like just all this crazy shit. Yeah, and that's where it can get exciting and fun, because you don't know even what your trick is gonna be. Sometimes you just do it, you know, and it just kind of comes out. It's like natural, you know. So yeah, so what I'm explaining this because that led to pretty much, like I said, like 2-3 years. I basically just didn't sign, and that was during COVID and all of that. And then this gig. So last year, 2021, I found a sign spinning gig that I applied for on Craigslist, and they just never responded. I told them like all the experience I had doing it, and gave them the full shebang in an email, like, hey, look, I've done this and I know how to do it, and I can stand out in the sun, and I can do all this. And then he ended up not getting back to me for like a month, and I had just already found work, and he's like, oh, I want you like 1 day a week or something. And I'm like, no, that's dumb. Like, I'm not gonna waste my time on doing 1 day a week for you and you got back to me a month later. It just didn't work out. This one just happened. Like, I had found it a few months ago, and I was looking on Craigslist, and I was like really excited, and I was like, all right, let's go for it. Let's see. Maybe it's the same guy trying to post an ad again. Maybe he learned and he's gonna get more days and times. I don't know. But no, now, this guy was the same thing. I just emailed him and was like, look, I've done this, and then we talked on the phone, and it was kind of an interview, and he's like, okay, great, you've done this, let's go, let's get it going. And what time is it? 33. I'm like so early right now. I gotta find somewhere to hang out because I'm really super early. I just don't want to hang out here, like at work, really, really early. Anyways, it's just been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun, and maybe I should go in earlier and just get the sun. Shit. No, it's just been a lot of fun. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna run in and get the sign, and then I think I might. What time is it? Yeah, what the hell? I might as well. I'm here already. No, it's just been a lot of fun. Basically, like, what's cool about this is that there's not, he's kind of they've given me the liberty to kind of wear silly things like this, and actually they kind of provoked it. They gave me a bunch of free gear and were like, hey, like, we want you to wear this kind of stuff, and it sells their brand. And I don't know, I've never done sign spinning for a dispensary. This is a first for me, and it's a lot of fun. There's times, surprisingly enough, people think it's just like fun all the time. There's times where people do stupid stuff when you're signing, like customers do stupid stuff, like especially at a dispensary, they get really high sometimes and sit at the stop sign, and sometimes they just are sitting there, like they're just not all there sometimes. Or like I've seen accidents signing. Matter of fact, unfortunately, like every time I've signed, almost at every location I've signed at, ever in the history of signing, I've seen some kind of accident. I've seen some kind of, things like that happen, and it's no fun to witness. But the good thing is a sign spinner is a really good witness, because they're just sitting there and they're like, hey, I saw everything. I've had that happen so many times on sign spinning. But hey, I gotta run in real quick. Hang tight, guys. I cannot take the camera in there. It's definitely a big no-no. So I'll be right back. Yay, I got the sign. So, funny enough, the one of the she's a bud tender and like she's like an employee in there. She was just telling me, she's like, you look like you're going to Hawaii, and I'm like, yes, very much so. But it's cloudy out right now. It's messing up the vibe. But that's all right. Super duper early. I think it's because I got carried away talking on stream, but I don't like to get here early because then I just pretty much just wait. I just wait. I don't have to be out there approximately till noon. It's not exactly at noon. But it's just kind of a waiting game from here, just hanging out, waiting. We might get some rain out here today, actually. There might be a storm out here. But yeah, like I was saying, there's a little bit more like freedom and kind of liberty. Not too much, but I'm saying like, like just like dressing up like this, or just having fun with it. They've been this company has been very supportive of it, and the guy that I'm working through, so it's a partnership. I don't work directly. I'm not an employee of the dispensary. I'm partnered with them, and the guy that I'm partnered with them, my boss, is okay. People are just throwing crap where I park. Basically, the guy that I'm partnered with, he's been very supportive of. He knows, like, they have a system where he has a few people. Some of them I think I know who they are, and there could be others that I don't know, but he has a number of people that basically that come out and they check to make sure I'm out there. They might take pictures. They want to make sure that I'm actually holding the sign up and that I'm drawing traffic in, and that I'm not sitting on my ass, right? Like, so yeah, I'm sure they know about some of the like stuff I've worn. So like I've worn a lemon t-shirt. I wore a few weeks ago, I got a McLovin t-shirt that I wore. I've worn they've given me a bunch of shirts that they wanted me to wear, like for the company. I've worn those. Just all kinds of stuff like that. And it's been a lot of fun. I'm very grateful for the gig. Some good news is this last week I actually picked up another day with this company. So my boss, well, I'll say it this way, my boss picked up another day for us. So I'm actually getting an extra day signing, which is really cool and it's really good. It means that, to me, that tells me it means we're doing really good. It means that we're drawing in enough traffic and it's working, that they want us more and they want us to hang around longer. And like I said, normally these kinds of things, what I'm used to would be about 2 to 3 months. Well, we're almost at the 3-month point, I think, and so that's why I've kind of just been on that, like, well, get ready, like mentally to myself, like, get ready, this location could end, and if he doesn't have any other locations, I could have to wait, for more work for that. But I've asked him many times over the past about 3 weeks if he's had any extra locations, any extra shifts, anything like that. And finally, just this week, earlier this week, he's like, yeah, we're picking up an extra day next week. So that's really cool. It's a cool victory, cool celebration. I'm happy, I'm excited, I'm grateful for it. And it's also why I kind of want to mix it up and it can get stale. Like I said, I'm used to about the 3-month point. So if this is gonna be a thing where they're gonna carry this out longer than 3 months, I'm kind of already in that mentality and space of we just mix it up, and like a different shirt or different hat or just different quirky things here and there to kind of you know, make it fresh and make it fun. So, yeah, I am. I'm gonna end the stream. I'm gonna get going. I have a little bit more time to just kind of hang out, and I'm going to enjoy myself and get ready for my shift today. And I also have to pee, and I cannot do that on camera. It's very awkward. It's against the rules too. It's against Twitch rules, but I really have to pee, so I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you for tuning in. If you aren't following me on Instagram or Facebook, or what's the other one? YouTube? What else? I think that's it for now. This is Twitch. We're on Twitch, right? We're on Twitch. Yeah, go ahead and follow me on the other platforms. If you just go to Instagram, you'll get the link directly in my bio to all of the platforms that I'm on. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys soon.